Over the past 6 years, I have done a majority of my traveling utilizing credit card points. And the most common questions I get from family and friends is, where do I begin? How do I travel with these points? And what setup do you recommend for a beginner? And in this video, we're going to cover just that, going over my personal favorite beginner credit card setup, being the Chase Trifecta. Now, before we hop into that video, guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Matthew, and I am a credit card enthusiast, comic book goosebumps, and Marvel nerd. And I love making credit card content here on YouTube. Now, if you enjoy content such as this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, as it directly supports my channel, and I would love to bring you guys along for the journey. So starting at square one, what is the Chase Trifecta? And the Chase Trifecta is a setup of three specific credit cards from the bank issuer Chase. Now, later in this video, we'll go over each specific card in depth, but these three cards work very well together and address a large majority of your daily spend. You're going to be covered in areas such as dining, rotating categories, travel, and even miscellaneous expenses. And all three of these credit cards earn Chase Ultimate Reward Points. These Chase Ultimate Reward Points are what we're going to use in the future to travel, as well as they are some of the most valuable credit card points in the entire industry. The three credit cards that make up this trifecta are the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is the dedicated travel credit card in this setup. Second is going to be the Chase Freedom Flex, which its main power is its 5% rotating categories, and the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is going to be your 1.5% catch-all credit card. But the first credit card we are going to talk about in depth is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That is because this is the workhorse of the setup, and it's going to be your dedicated travel credit card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is a credit card that I have personally had in my wallet for over 4 years. This credit card is the integral part of the Chase Trifecta because this credit card allows you to pool and combine all credit card points within the Chase ecosystem and have the ability to transfer them out to transfer partners. If you're unaware of what transfer partners are, these are specific flight and hotel chains that are partnered with the Chase ecosystem, and it allows you to exchange your Chase Ultimate Reward points for tangible flights and hotel stays. We'll go more into depth on transfer partners a little later in this video, but let's talk about everyone's favorite topic regarding credit cards. That is sign-up bonuses. And if you're unaware of what a sign-up bonus is, this is when the credit card company offers you a large lump sum of points when you hit a minimum area of spend in a specific time frame. And at the time of filming this video, there is an elevated offer for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, where they will give you 75,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, which on a low end of a spectrum is worth about $750. Another way this credit card thrives is its underlining multipliers. And the Chase Sapphire Preferred gets you 3x back in Chase Ultimate Reward points for dining, 2x back on travel. An example of this multipliers, I just booked some excursions via Viator, and I received 2x back in Chase Ultimate Reward points, 5x back on Lyft. This is until March 2025, so capitalize on this multiplier while you can, and 5x back within the Chase Travel Portal. The Travel Portal is a beneficial property of this card because the Chase Sapphire Preferred gets you a 25% boost on value of your Chase Ultimate Reward point. And the last multiplier is a 3x back on streaming. So for your Netflix, Disney Plus, any of those streaming services, this is going to get you 3% back in Chase Ultimate Reward points. As I referenced before, the most important aspect of this card is that it unlocks the transfer partners within the Chase ecosystem. Transfer partners is where we can turn those Ultimate Reward points that you receive from multipliers and turn them into free travel. If you saw one of my last videos, you saw how I turned $900 worth of Chase Ultimate Reward points into a $2,100 stay in an all-inclusive resort in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Some examples of transfer partners that Chase offers are resorts such as the World of Hyatt, Marriott Bonvoy, as well as flight partners such as Southwest and United Airlines. Now, the Chase Sapphire Preferred does come with a $95 annual fee, but this is easily offsetted when we take into consideration things such as access to the transfer partners, a $50 statement credit that we get on a yearly basis for travel inside the travel portal, a $15 quarterly credit for Instacart, and free DoorDash Premium. These are all things that can assist in reducing that effective annual fee and make this card make sense for everyone. Now that we understand the Chase Sapphire Preferred, as well as its specific role in this trifecta, let's move on to some of the more workhorse cards that we have to earn credit card points. And the second card in this trifecta is the Chase Freedom Flex. Guys, in my opinion, this credit card is one of my favorite credit cards in my wallet because of its ability to earn Chase Ultimate Reward points with these 5% rotating categories. The base level multipliers for this credit card include a 3x back on dining, 3x back at drugstores, 5x back when you book travel through the Chase Travel Portal, and 1x via every other expense. The true power of this credit card comes in its 5% rotating categories, meaning that every 3 months there is a different 5% boost on certain purchases. And as of late, guys, I can't lie, Chase has been on fire. This current quarter, we got 5% on dining, which does stack with your 3% on dining. Because of the way that Chase calculates their multipliers, it totals to a 7x on dining. That is over the Amex Gold as well as any other premium dining credit card. We also got 5% back on Amazon purchases. That is the same as the Amazon Visa card offered by Chase as well. The thing to note though, for these specific multipliers, you are capped out at $1,500 of expenses per quarter, which totals your cash back at $75. The Chase Freedom Flex also comes with a sign-up bonus, which is $200 if you spend $500 within the first 3 months of opening this account. While $200 is pretty traditional for a no annual fee credit card, we can unlock heightened value when we transfer our Chase Freedom Flex sign-up offer directly into our Chase Sapphire Preferred and can transfer it out to one of the many transfer partners. If we were to follow the trend of last year's 5% bonus categories, this upcoming quarter we can expect some changes to be things such as gas stations as well as EV charging stations. Having a 5% bonus category on these cards is truly beneficial, especially because no other card in this trifecta has those categories. Me driving an electric vehicle, especially not living in a traditional house, I use EV chargers all the time. So I would love to have this 5% bonus category fill in a gap in my personal credit card rotation. That is the beauty and strength of this credit card. As the categories are ever changing, you are consistently filling in gaps in this trifecta without having to apply for any new credit cards. Moving on to the last credit card within the Chase trifecta, we are now going to talk about the Chase Freedom Unlimited. And this credit card also comes with a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening this account. Again, this is pretty traditional for a no annual fee credit card, but we are then going to transfer it over to our Chase Sapphire Preferred and capture more value. The multipliers on this card are very similar to the Chase Freedom Flex, as it's going to get you 3x back on dining, 3x back at drugstores, 5x back within the Chase Travel Portal. But what sets this card apart is it has a 1.5% catch-all multiplier, meaning that all purchases that do not fall in the other categories listed get you 1.5% back in Chase Ultimate Reward Point. This is going to fill in any gaps that do not fall on your Sapphire Preferred or your Freedom Flex. For me personally, this is my dedicated Walmart and Target card, as I do a lot of my grocery shopping in those two places. And this credit card is going to get me more than the customary 1x back that all credit cards in the credit card community get you, meaning that this is your dedicated catch-all credit card. Another way you can extract even more value out of the Chase Freedom Unlimited is by targeting an elevated sign-up bonus, such as the one available on the points guide at the time of filming this video. This direct link is going to get you an additional 1.5% on all multipliers, including the catch-all aspect. So instead of 3% on dining, it's going to get you 4.5%, which is greater than most premium dining credit cards. It's also going to get you 6.5% in the Chase Travel Portal, 4.5% at drugstores, and instead of 1.5% catch-all, it's going to get you 3%. This is higher than premium credit cards such as the Venture X or any other catch-all credit card. As you see, all three of these credit cards address very specific areas of living that most people have spent on. It's going to cover your dining needs, your travel needs, your Chase Travel Portal needs, as well as a catch-all aspect. One of the biggest weaknesses of Chase credit cards just in general is the lack of a grocery multiplier. For this, you can supplement as a beginner with a no annual fee credit card such as the Capital One Saver One credit card that gets you 3x back on groceries. Or later in your credit card journey, if you want to start to dabble in annual fees, look at a credit card such as the American Express Gold Card. But for right now, you're just going to have to settle for either the Chase Freedom Flex rotating multiplier or a 1.5% back on the Chase Freedom Unlimited. With that being said, guys, I firmly believe that the Chase Trifecta is one of the most powerful credit card setups for beginner and new credit card users. With only a $95 combined annual fee for the three credit cards, its ease of use, as well as access to the Chase transfer partners and three separate sign up bonuses, I believe all new credit card users can greatly benefit from adding these three cards to their rotation. Now, if you enjoyed content such as this, guys, I would highly appreciate if you'd like, comment, subscribe below, as well as if you're on the market for any of these credit cards discussed. I do have links in the description that directly support the channel. And if you are interested in checking out other information on other credit cards, such as the Hilton Honors credit card and the Amex Gold, I have two videos here for you guys.